Messianic.
This is nice being off in.
It's fucking breathing, is it? Fucking nightmare. I've got you boys some water there. I put the bottles through the dishwasher, and then we've got a filter, so it's all you've got a filtered water.
Perfect.
In there,
Seems
so
like the sort of shit I would do.
it's just easier than buying another load, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
No, what's the word for it? Easier is not the word. What's the real word?
Can't remember.
Is it cheaper?
But no, it don't bother me the money, does it? Maria would say it's cheaper and better for the environment. For me, it was just easier because I hadn't thought about any of this in advance, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll do
I
it.
don't know, man. I think you
Oh,
don't
look
lose
at that.
any excuse to call me a cheap arse, tight arse, whatever.
Hey mate, you've got fucking water there. Stop moaning. So what are you doing today then? What's the plan? You doing that bottle?
I've got a plan, but aye, let's just
Think
crack
so.
open the. But this is lovely. You'd be able to do a proper. I was going to get Johnny to do a proper. Hello, you know, we're yeah, you can just do a proper intro as Colin again.
I can if you want, but you can
Use
do
up
it if
the
you want.
last few seconds of your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh fuck.
Over to you, Rodders. So we're going to do this one, are we?
Yeah,
So I'll do the normal bit intro.
and apologise for letting the people go so long without your good self.
Yeah. All right.
Explain your predicament.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Attic. Do apologise, been a while since we've posted an episode. I've been a bit under the weather, still am, but I'm soldiering on. I think it's probably the best way to do it.
It's
As
COVID,
you can see,
isn't it?
we've got Johnny back up with us today. Rodders' his brother, younger, better looking. But what we're going to do today is we're going to crack open a bottle, try and get back to some sort of normality. So we're going to go today with Laphroaig. I'll get the bottle out and I'll show you what we got. Something in there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, my square foot of land, is it?
Yeah.
So Laphroaig
Oh, yeah.
Quarter
Lots
Cask.
of promises in there.
Colin and I took a trip out during the summer there. What heartless swine just ploughed in all the flags? What's
What
going on with
flags?
that? I thought those flags were, you know.
Well, they cut all the
taking a
grass, didn't they?
pilgrimage.
Yeah, no. And when it comes to cutting the grass, they'll just get rid of it.
Oh,
That's not heartless.
it's
Ah,
not.
that's all right,
No.
isn't it?
I thought that was supposed
Well,
to
the
be like
thing
a
is-
permanent marker of their trip, like going to Everest.
It's not
Permanent.
Scott of the
I
Antarctic.
don't think permanent. I don't think they're. Yeah.
Biodegradable.
They're not
flags.
permanent. Oh,
Permanent.
not permanent. Okay, so the Laphroaig Quarter Cask, 48%.
If you're not dead from the COVID, this will kill you. 'Cause
I won't be able to taste it.
oh, cool. You still get the heartburn though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Right, Johnny, he's brought his glass
I
back.
brought my
What a
glass.
man, huh? Say when.
Thank you.
Good man. Rodders, you're in a
Splash.
Grand Whiskey auction glass.
Very nice, good people.
Not a bad bunch. There you go, my old mate.
Thank you.
I'll have a wee splash in there as well. So we put that back up here, don't we?
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, hang on. A bit worried I'm going to knock it all over. So, what we're going to do is ask Johnny to tell us a little bit about this bottle.
Well, I mean,
Oh, put them
Just
right on the spot
getting
immediately.
Right on the spot.
right on the spot. Yeah. So the whole idea behind this is it tastes kind of older than it is. A quarter cask is a smaller cask. It kind of punches up the oak pepperiness in the flavour of it. Just a bourbon cask, but it's been reduced in size. And instead of having the what would be a normal gentle ebb and flow temperature maturation, this matures very, very quickly because of the contact with the wood. So it's more of a ripping action, basically. Like as it's breathing in and out, basically, it's ripping colour and flavour and that oak pepperiness out of the cask, basically. So that's basically what we want here.
This was one of the. I think this is one of the first ones that I was buying like a few bottles of,
Mm-hmm.
and I was disappointed when I went down to. I got a 10-year-old at some point. It wasn't cask strength because this is what I was used to.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a basic enough Laphroaig that just hits the spot perfectly for me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johnny. So when I toured with Johnny at some point, he was doing the malting floors. You know, has that all been automated recently or something?
Yeah.
What was I reading somewhere? It's got a lot easier than it used to be then.
Yeah, it was because it was absolute back-breaking, horrible work before. So now, it's not just recently. I mean,
Oh, those snow blowers, whatever. Those.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've got electric turners now
Yeah.
that'll do a lot of that. But yeah, that was. It used to just be a line of guys with the malt shovel, basically just flicking it in there, all that sort
One
of thing.
hulked up shoulder.
Monkey shoulder.
Yeah.
The monkey shoulder. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
basically, yeah.
Every other part of them just a rickety mess, but they got the shoulder that can beat the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I found this one when I've had it. 'Cause I used to be a bar manager on the island. I actually had this in the bar. This I could stomach. The 10-year-old was just.
Yeah.
It was just raw, aggressive peat. Just did nothing
I
at
like
all.
the cask.
It wasn't an enjoyable dram,
Mm.
but this
Yeah.
I could actually drink this for a non-peated fan.
Yeah.
Um,
I would even actually say this is more aggressive.
would you?
Yeah. Than the 10, I
But
would
it-
say this is far more aggressive.
Aggressive maybe, but it's more pleasant. It's more drinkable. I
Mhm.
think. Does that make sense? I don't know.
You know, it's interesting. I actually met a guy, somebody Anderson here, 95-year-old gentleman,
Anyhow.
actually born at Laphroaig, you know, the distillery,
Yeah, the
like
cottages.
when it was back then, and that was a fascinating gentleman actually just to be talking to, and he was telling me about how what quarter cask is now is not what quarter cask was when he was actually employed by the distillery. I think quarter cask back then was like those little blood tubs.
Yeah.
That was a quarter cask. So they used to carry them around in the warehouse. They didn't used to kind of roll them around. So, like anything, like too many things when it comes to whiskey, there's the idea that this has been the way whiskey has been for centuries.
Mhm.
And it's just no. This is
not
for
quite
the most part. This is all fairly recent, and it's always evolving and always,
I
you know.
these things, someone was just in this. These turned out 2001.
What?
These didn't exist till 2001.
The glasses.
Glencairns.
Mm.
There wasn't a whiskey glass until 2001. Tons of this stuff's dead recent.
That was a boring fact, wasn't it? Just saying.
Well, I'm
No,
glad
it's-
you're here, man. It's grand to see you back. I was actually
Feeling a bit better.
like
He's coughing now, but he won't get worth it.
you got the boot in the boils. That's all that matters. It was exactly going to say.
That's it. My job here's done. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Wasn't sure you were going to be able to survive this. Say to Johnny, listen, if I start in on something, Colin's, under the weather, fucking euphemism, is basically, if I start in on something, don't be shy, boot me in the balls, and not letting away any kind of optimism or like sort of loveliness on this show just because Colin's not putting it. But you're,
No, you can rely on me, mate. No.
yeah, you're holding the line. That's
if nothing else,
fantastic.
the boot and the balls is there.
This is technically what you live for, is booting people
Pretty
in the
much.
balls. So I mean,
Yeah.
without that, you might as well have died.
Someone accused me of having a heart the other week.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
I did a blood pressure test. What's that all about?
Yeah, that's the problem with you recently, is that American phrase is shit or get off the pot, and you've been neither here nor there. He's basically, well, I don't know when I talk about death, but make your mind up, that kind of, being half and half, that's no use to anybody.
No.
Right.
Well, that's good. You can launch a wee bit. Always makes me happy when I'm starting on something, but you can shut up.
So we both done a couple of tastings, didn't we? Since the last episode. I did the one with the Scotch test dummies.
Yeah,
Scott
that
and
was.
Grant, that went well.
You were.
I thought I said to them before, I said, guys, just bear with me, I've got a real bad case of the flu, I'm suffering a bit, but it's all
didn't
good, I'll
realise
give
you were on
you
your way
45 minutes, and then
Yeah.
like 2 days later I'm diagnosed with COVID, and I'm, nightmare. But that went really well. We got picked up nearly 100, well, probably a good 90 plus subscribers out of that,
Nice.
which was good, so we're at 200 now. Well,
A good bit of fun.
I looked
Well, you
yesterday-
doubled it.
we
Yeah,
went from
one
we-
visit.
We went from 130 103 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we went to about 190,
In a month, pretty much
196,
double.
and then it's taken like forever to get to 200. And I looked again, we're back to 199 again.
Yeah,
So
people
someone's
like
taken, I
cancel.
don't know how fuck this is. This
Who
do work.
cancels a subscription on YouTube?
Well, once we're,
There's got to that. I think that takes effort.
especially because we've not been posting, because Colin's been down, so we've
No.
not been posting. So it's
All
not
I've done
You
recently-
constant
can't, they
updates.
can't possibly be making room for something else.
But
Like
I'm
it
actually
doesn't
getting
affect
people.
that.
No, that's it. But I think it's because they don't want this. Every time we get a new thing come up, they don't want to be
But I'm saying we
notified. But you
haven't
could just
been-
turn off the notifications. Yeah, but,
Got to come up with a
But we
different.
are awful.
but we're at 200.
Like-
But that's good. We're happy with that.
I'll blame. You might be acquainted. I can't remember what she's going by because I know her as Katie Cosmos, but she changed her name. And you know she's got charms and skills with the singing and the music composition and whatnot. She's a bit foul mouthed in that last
Can be,
episode. That was a bit of
yeah.
a harsh end.
Drop
to
the
the
C
episode.
bomb.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we don't mean COVID or cancer, do we?
No,
No,
she
exactly.
just launched it. She just dropped it just right in your lap. So
Yeah.
that might be account for some of the lost. So, no, we can't have this in our lives.
No, exactly. I mean, people are quite fragile people.
But do you know what? And this is the honest truth.
Drunk reviews.
Down
are
in
okay.
England, that's still a really offensive word. But when I moved up here, it's kind of. It's a conversational
It's-
word up
it's
here.
a
It's
com-
not. It's
it's a
not.
compliment.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I love you, you cunt.
that's it.
You know and you know exactly what that is.
Knut. We call it knut.
Knut.
C-N-U-T.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few subscribers.
Yeah, you can hear the chings going back.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. That one I did for the Scotch Test Dummies. They do a 12-hour live broadcast.
Hmm.
And they call it 12 hours of boom or something like that. And what they do, they have a guest on for 45 minutes, and then they go off air for 15 while they set up and get the next guy on there ready and prime and ready to go. Then they do the next 45 minutes. It actually worked really well.
Yeah.
They've been doing it all the time, and I know, Rodders, you did one with the
Yeah, I was
Dramas
just
Club.
going
I
to
think.
show up.
Yeah, show the card, give them a plug, mate.
Let's look this because they were loads of
And
fun.
the next one down, and then you'll make sure you've got it on camera. And is it back to
Somewhere in
front?
there. Yeah, no, they were loads of fun because they're. I didn't like. It sounded a bit dodgy. They were selective. It's by invitation only. You know that sounded a wee.
Is it?
But what it is they're really testing each other out for. Can you just have a drink? You know, you're at least interested in the drink to appreciate the good stuff. But you're not going to come in there and just be this boring blank that's going. I taste little hints.
Yeah.
None of that crap. Are you good to hang out with, and do you appreciate your good? So
Yeah.
worldwide, they've got. I mean, you could read off the.
They got them everywhere from bloody Beijing to Seattle to.
And there's slight differences between your scenes.
Copenhagen
Started
to
in New York,
all
but it
over.
was
Absolutely, they have little
nice
gatherings,
and
little
casual. It was a really
get-togethers
good
of the
group.
Dramas Club.
But I didn't
Um,
pull your move of, you know, just send us a line with "I've subscribed," this kind of thing. That
Yeah,
was, yeah, you got the ball,
But,
ball rolling on that.
But no, the guy came into the distillery, had a tasting with me in Warehouse 9, and we just got
Charlie
chatting. He
Prince
gave
would
me
be
his, Charlie, yes, he gave me the card, and but like I say, we planned on. He wanted us both there to do a bit like this, wasn't it? A bit
Oh,
of
you
banter.
you
And,
can either be sweet and genuine, or actually show your sincerity here.
Yeah.
Because he just got engaged the day we were, or very recently after.
oh,
we-
that's right, and I didn't get a chance to put him off.
So yeah, exactly. So it's up to you whether you want to shout out a congratulations, Charlie.
Yeah,
or,
commiserations to you both,
there you go.
Charlie and your other half there. Yeah, I'm sorry to
I
hear
mean,
that.
you got to learn somehow, right?
Well, yeah.
There's certain lessons. You can't just take other people's word for it, or statistics.
Oh, I see what all those movies
Practice
are about.
work.
That's
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Starter wife, your practice wife, isn't it? First
Absolutely.
one. Something like that. But yeah, anyway, commiserations, congratulations, whatever they are.
Colin's tip was just get a bus with like those replaceable letters on it so that you can.
You know, you used to
drop
get
in
the
the-
stickers on your windscreen, be like Colin and
Colin's painted on
Colin
the
and
bus, right
Tracy
there.
or whatever it would
Yeah.
be. Like mine, I used to have the rolling bus thing, you know, to like
Oh,
St.
right, that's
Pancras
even
to
better.
King's
Yeah.
Cross. Used to make me out to be a right old slapper, but I am.
But you're a serial slapper.
Serial
Yeah.
slapper.
Yeah.
That sounds like
What?
somebody who just beats up a box of Weetabix, doesn't it?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
There we go. You go lie down on the bloody prisoner mattress. You're done.
I'm doing the best. This is the most alive I've been in like 8 weeks.
I've not seen.
And I'm
any-
sure you're happy about that.
You've
but
been human wreckage for
I've been
weeks.
awful.
it took me a second. And you said that about Weetabix, and I was like, oh, it's just a
Cereal.
shit joke.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it was.
You
Like,
slap
that's
in
right.
the
Oh,
box
there's
of
got to be
cereal.
something to the Weetabix. No,
Yeah.
there's not.
At short notice, it wasn't bad, but
No, it's always the speed. If you saw that written down, you want to murder someone, but you know, it's because it came out in milliseconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I couldn't do that. That's admirable in that respect.
Yeah.
Martin
No, I
Brendel-
do get that.
Martin
Well, I
Brendel
came
was
back
an
again,
absolute
Yeah,
sweetheart.
you gave me a sausage.
Worst. He
Yeah,
said
well, I've
that.
had better.
He said, la la la, da da da. He
Sorry,
said,
Johnny. You're welcome.
if we're between drams here,
Not the worst sausage I've had.
Not the worst.
this is from Martin Brendel, obviously.
I got
sent-
my bottle through
He
there.
sent that along with, he's saying like the Germans believe that'll perk you right up, and it hasn't. It did nothing. But
No.
it was tasty. I fried it up with some mince. It was gorgeous.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do they know about that, anyways?
No, it's
About
trial
what?
and error experience. So we should have a wee bit of Martin Brendel. That's just lovely to, you know.
What is it?
Why did you do that on the next Blethers?
No, I've got it now.
Alright. I've got mine in there as well.
Well, we can. It's not like he's going to watch this, so we can just do it
Is
fresh.
it peated?
next time. No, completely
Not
unpeated.
at all.
So it'll be alright for you. I forget. He introduced it first as a mystery dram.
Look at you, I can't taste it anyway.
Glenallachie is maybe what he called it, but I forget.
Glenalky.
See, even this one, I can't taste.
Yeah. There should be one.
An alky.
Yeah.
I can't even taste the peat in this at all.
Glenallachie,
I
I
can't
think is
taste
what he
peat
called
in
it.
at all.
No.
Can't taste it.
No peat at all.
Wow.
I've got no taste.
Is it just sweet then?
It's
What's
just-
missing?
I don't know, I'm just
Heartburn?
getting nothing. No, I'm getting nothing. I'm getting a little bit of a bite on the tongue and nip
He
on the
was
tongue.
saying this
that's
was
it.
2 weeks ago, but the only two things you could taste.
Only two
were,
things I could
Coke.
taste is Marmite and Coca-Cola.
That's mental.
It's the only two things I can taste.
I love that notion. I didn't even cross my mind that you'd call your space side or whatever it is Glenallachie.
Why not?
That can still be done.
Yeah. And make it really nice as well. Just
Yeah.
cheap, good.
I'm not going to
get
drink
it
that
down
and
you.
stuff until I've got me taste
Yeah, you
back.
could do
No, but we should have a wee splash just because we're doing a shout out
Alright.
to good people.
You
know?
could do Glenalky, and then one of the bottles could be just Soirée.
Right.
Yeah. Their gin range or something. This
Yes.
is Soirée.
Soirée.
12-year-old push. P-U-S-A. Push.
Hush. But make it good. So people actually buy it.
Buy it more than once. I
Because
think I'm doing alright here.
That
That's
Fishky guy's
I know.
making money.
Fishky.
Yeah, the German guy that he bottles it in fish barrels. It's so hideous that enough people are buying it just because, I've got to give this a go.
You buy it once
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to see.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugger that.
Bottles of
Fish barrels.
Glenelky push. Because you're not playing, that was pretty good considering I'm half dead.
Oh, I'm not
Like,
playing
you're not
on
playing
that.
the COVID
no,
card.
No,
That's good.
mate. Just considering it's me that said it. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
It was in your heart, and
I
you
don't think
let
I've
it
laughed for 8 weeks, so this is good.
Yeah.
Good medicine.
See, like, how bad you were. That's just to repeat. I was wanting to call this, I was run it by you maybe, to call this like the Colin Stroud Memorial episode. You know?
Do it. That's
Yeah.
fine with me.
But I needed you to basically trust up on the mattress there and just basically, shut up, you lot. Like, barely able, you're here, you're properly, this is good.
I mean, it's got electrical cords and duct tape. I don't know what that's all about.
You know fine well what it's about. It's about keeping the prisoner in
I
line.
don't see how that's going to get them more healthy, though.
It's not for that.
It's not for
it's
me. That was
usually
for the previous prisoner.
We're in the
Oh.
winter now, so it's hard to keep that guy up here. So he's just been let go. But prisoner mattress is vacant at the moment.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's Christmas after all.
Sure.
We need to get a transit van. White transit van.
I mean, he's just in a ditch
Piss stain
somewhere.
mattress in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So to do
I
it.
like piss on it
Yeah,
to,
not
to,
in
to
the
make it, yeah.
I might want to edit that out.
We shall do. That's too much dark imagery. That's not play. We were just talking about it's Christmas after all.
Your dedication to fight through, you're a brave guy, you know that? Your dedication to fight through COVID, to deliver these
I tell you what, I
comments.
didn't fight anything for about 4 weeks. I
Yeah,
had
but
no
you're back
fight in
now.
me at all. I had no fight in me at all, but I'm on the way back now.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's good to hear, man. It's good to see as well.
I tell you,
That was the basic sentiment behind that. Was it's really nice to see.
Never
you.
been so well in my life.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that. Wish that on anyone.
Mm.
No one at all.
What you
Friends.
should do is think of a wee small list, five names. Find 5 names that you would wish it on.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's got at least 5.
Well, I've got 2 ex-wives, haven't I? So,
Oh, really?
and ex-bosses.
Yeah,
I could probably come up with bloody 35.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
you could.
No, but sincerely, like, Anyway, yeah,
Couple, maybe.
it's a wild thing to find a couple of like, no,
Yeah.
I do not care what happens to them. That would actually please me to watch them suffer. That's gross, but
Well,
yeah,
do you know
it's
what?
true.
I don't have a heart, but I don't want to see anyone suffer. But I don't necessarily want to see them well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just
With that,
struggle.
you know what I mean?
That's,
Like,
that's
watching
actually a
Marcel
pretty good-
Marceau against the wind, they're having their hat blown off, like, yeah.
That's the one. But I think that's quite a good, not an analogy, but whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is it still running?
Yeah, but I've just got a message come through from you.
Oh, I said we were on our way.
Oh, right, it just comes through now. Okay, ladies and gents, anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to head on out. We're going to show you something extra. It's out that way, or that way. I don't know, somewhere.
It's sudden change of season because it's stuff we were doing for Laphroaig back in the summer.
So we filmed it when it was slightly nicer weather. It's a bit chillier now, but we've got some bits to show you that we did before. So we'll go out and show you those, and then we'll come back with Jonny and the Laphroaig drams and stuff shortly. See you later.
Kind of fish. What, ripples? That's not exciting.
Oh, there's loads down here. We used like about 20 of them, almost like they were jumping and splashing around at the same time.
You lying? Oh, do you know what? David
What?
Adams was saying Johnny's been keeping all this going.
David's been used to do all these plants.
Yeah, gorgeous here. Oh, I see them jumping a wee bit there.
You keep telling me, do you know what I mean?
I never convinced on it.
You never are. You have little faith and all that.
They're actually here.
It's lovely, right?
You should welcome us back because we've been on a fucking
Oh, we've
long,
been on a long break, haven't we?
long lunch intermission.
I'll
here.
do that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go, you're in. Do it. Go on, Rod, you get us back.
I'm
Go on.
doing nothing. I'm off for a piss.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, folks, that's us back. Thanks for watching
Whatever that
that
was,
bit of
it
nonsense, whatever it was. I never know. Rodders always deals with that when he's editing. But hopefully it's a bit of interest for you. So, yeah, we're back at it.
It's not too chilly up here. I was totally prepared for this to be Arctic.
It
up
actually
here.
wasn't
me
bad.
too.
I came up to set it up a bit and it wasn't too bad. But it's been a sunny day, so we've got a bit of sunlight on the tiles.
That's
It
nice
doesn't
day,
necessarily
actually,
need to be
beautiful.
warm, but it's
Mm.
not bad.
I'm
But
watching the paps because I think it's just pale scree that's up there because Mull's all covered in snow.
is it?
Beautiful.
I've had snow down south, down Mum's way.
Right, tip this back and we'll get some Martin Brendels.
All right.
Glen Alky. Let's just call it. Sorry, Martin, but it's Glen Alky we're drinking
Glen
now.
Alky
Thank you,
tonight.
Brit. Thank you, Martin. You know, bit of Wurst and Glen Alky.
I see Julianne got an award this week.
Oh,
Julianne Fernandez,
how?
Master
been very
Blender
active
of
recently.
the Year in the Scotch industry.
Well, I don't want to be
How do you,
nasty because she's made lovely things, but she's been on maternity leave this year.
Aye. What did she get? That's one that's held in Scotland somewhere. But we've done well as well in the
I suppose
the world.
her work has been
Yeah,
sort of
well,
coming through in the
That's
last.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. But no, it's good. Don't know why I'm doing this. It's a bit of an insult to you, Martin, really, because I'm
What is
having
it?
it and I can't taste anything.
his original
But I'm having a
introduction
bit,
to this
just
was as a sort of a mystery dram. He was just here as he feels at home at Bunnahabhain. He
Do you
was
wanna-
wanting a
Do you want to
sleeping
spill your
bag
glass
in-
out a bit, or are you just going to put it in?
Straight in.
Just go for it.
set up a sleeping bag in the warehouse there. He was just bringing things because he loves being here, you know. That's who he was. It's just a wee toasted Martin, so I didn't need to leave him there.
Jesus.
It's such a shame. We did this in another episode. We're laughing at how sad it is that the very idea of feeling pity for Colin is just alien.
Yeah.
You know, the man's suffering. And he's a good soul, but that's pathetic.
What's that?
You dying through there and then coming back with a new sample.
Glenmory, this one is.
Oh,
But it's a lot paler than that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Shame that's the same.
it's Glen Alky.
Yours might be. Private cask. 2000. I don't know what I'm going to spell it again, but I can't.
No idea.
Oh, you're
Any
like
good
me
thing-
now. You know what my life's like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What?
It's like Rodney at Christmas, you bastard.
He just doesn't. Never got to taste things properly, smell things properly.
Why?
Hey, he's just not well put together.
Kind of a rickety fella.
Yeah. A prototype.
Yeah. One of God's own prototypes.
Yeah.
Cheers, Martin. Thanks
He's,
for this, mate.
he's a clever guy.
Never
really
even considered
clever
for
guy.
mass production.
No,
So
but-
such a gorgeous.
So what do we
notion.
know about this? Anything? I know it's a mystery dram thing, he says, but
It's what we know about it is
colour-wise...
Martin was one
dark
of the
deep
good
cherries.
guys through that was actually just an actual pleasure to hang out with.
Martin.
Let's do a wee bit of a
Chin.
cheers to Martin.
Cheers.
Cheers, Martin.
We had some good people.
Yeah, feel free to bring more over next time.
Mm.
And a sausage. Bring a sausage with you.
He'd probably be his nose out of joint or whatever for. He was saying hang that so it wasn't quite dense enough.
Yeah,
so
another
hang it in
7
the
to 10
kitchen.
days, he said, to keep it.
I don't like hanging meat out in the fresh air. That's not the way to live. But
Why
apparently-
not? They're
Why do
doing
you
a lot
leave
of
your
these
meat
other
out in the
countries.
fresh air?
I'd love to.
Did,
My meat hangs out all the time.
time. That's what I do with my meat.
That's what I do. The only trouble is gravel rash.
There we go. Carpet burning.
Well, what's the problem? You get meat jerky.
Yeah, that's all it is, isn't it? I mean, these African countries and things, they just dry the meat on rocks and stuff, just leave it out. And
Yeah.
that's all it is, isn't it, really? But
Yeah, where I was staying, they used to have lots of fish up on their washing line. You know, and it'd be pretty common. It's just I don't want to do it. I don't want to be in charge of hanging meat out in the fresh air. But that's what you were saying, and I even maybe be not happy because I was frying mine up rather than just eating it straight. But it was delicious, good stuff.
What kind of meat?
Don't know, it was worst.
That's first.
just a sausage, German sausage. You can have some of this one if you
Pale,
wanted it,
it's
Rodders.
green.
Do you want this one?
Wait, hold on a second. Do another take on that where you say, "Oh, I look good."
Yeah, it looks great. Jesus.
Sincerity
very
all the
genuine.
way to the hilt.
Yeah, TCP. It's just that.
Even the bottle's
The TCP.
bottle, isn't it?
Oh. All right, I'll have to cut this then.
You don't have to cut it.
No, because these were another lot of beautiful people that brought
You
in.
just look. That was me going into a defensive.
1993 is a good year.
Sure, but
For wine.
unless you leave it in a cask, it turns the whiskey green
Apart from the
That's
green.
a bit
for
green,
that
isn't it?
long.
It's a bit like petrol.
What-
Unleaded.
Does that mean anything to you?
Isabel Smith? No. No.
You just insulted her whiskey.
Her whiskey. She didn't do anything.
No. How'd you know?
No, I work there. I've never heard
Oh,
of
is that,
Isabel
is that a
Smith.
Laphroaig one, is it?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
right,
this was
got
this
So it's
was
TCP very, very.
Does she own a cask? Is that her own cask or something?
this was the Girvans. They were in and they were giving us some beautiful Hotel de Chocolat. Is that what it is? The beautiful chocolates, beautiful whiskies.
Hotel de Chocolat?
Hotel de Chocolat. Yeah.
Bloody
They're
hell,
very
boy.
lovely people. He's
The
doing
devil boy.
their 60th birthday party in Bonhaven, and they took over the place and just lovely people, you know. And they gave me this one.
Jesus, how much you've been looking? I don't think you've been going through people's bags, didn't you?
No, they just showed up with gifts. That's what I'm trying to be appreciative, you know.
All right. Do you look? I've been doing this a little while, also. Okay. I haven't been given that many, like of that kind of. Here's a sample. Here's a sample. Here's a
I
sample,
don't
and
get
everything
many,
like
to
this.
be
And I
honest.
consider myself to be okay at my job.
Yeah. Dave Brody gets loads, doesn't he? And Billy, generally, a lot of people come
Well,
in.
now I'm starting to wonder if I'm
Well, I don't get
good
many
because I don't
either.
get very much.
I don't get many either. That's probably because
Rodney
I
does.
insult so many people.
It actually almost smells like just a bottle of TCP.
Give
I
it a
was
sip
going
to
to say,
see
let
if
me have
it's
a
any
smell,
good.
but there's
No,
no
no,
point.
no. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's
Free, isn't it?
classic Laphroaig.
Classic.
No, there's no point. I can't taste it. I'm bad. I insult enough people when I can taste it. So.
Oh, and they had this amazing professional case where there was like cut out foam for each of the sample bottles. You could just put it up and they had a row of glasses cut out for each, like a gun case basically,
Yeah.
you know. But you could just sort of, okay, we'll get this kind from that distillery. Here, have a pour of that. Have a pour of that. Just tour around the place, giving out whiskey, giving out chocolate. giving out joy.
It's
Good
an
people.
SMWS bottle then.
What does that mean to you?
Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Mm.
So it's just one of their bottles, single cask job.
Yeah, but it's Laphroaig.
Yeah. Proprietors of Spirit, M&M.
Why I always want to get you a pour of Laphroaig, make sure there was Laphroaig in our glasses. You can tell me to fuck off, but it would be nice if you had any sort of thoughts in your skull about John Tam taking off.
No.
It's like the end of an era.
Definitely.
Or is it
Who's
basically
replacing him? Do we know yet?
glad to get rid of him?
I'm
'cause
hoping it's Barry.
Barry, yeah.
I hope
Well, that's
it's
not
Barry
announced yet.
McCaffrey. I don't know. Well, look, I don't pay attention.
Oh yeah.
I looked on the Laphroaig website yesterday, or whenever it is we knew you were going to do this, and there's nothing been announced on the website or anything yet, so I assume it's... A friend of mine in America was asking me whether Barry got the job. He said, I'm going to keep asking Barry just in case he hasn't got it, and then
I
Is he
think
basically like David Morrison? Is he basically the same ideas like for us in Bonhaven?
No, he's
Like a
distillery manager, isn't he? Isn't he Andrew? He's Laphroaig's version of Andrew, isn't he?
Barry.
Barry McCaffrey. Distillery manager.
at the
isn't
moment he
Distillery
is
manager.
in that position. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
he? Distillery manager.
but
So he's stepping up to master blender, master distiller, isn't it? Whatever.
I think everybody's kind of like
Lovely guy,
cross
Barry.
fingered for him. With John leaving,
Now, what
I-
distillery did he go to? It's a little one somewhere.
it's
new
a little one,
haven't you?
Ayrshire, some place like this. I don't know how. I haven't actually really looked into it very much. It's strange in a way, I suppose. It's not as if I'm
Glen Alky,
See,
is
I'm,
it?
I'm Glen Alky.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The place to be.
Yeah, I haven't been there obviously nowhere near as long as most of the people that I'm that are either working on site or that I'm working with in the office.
It's long enough though to know whether I like this.
He's been there a couple of years.
Good guide or
Yeah, 2018. But at the same time, I'm seeing the people who worked with him, probably knew him his entire life.
Yeah. He's an Eelach, isn't he?
Yeah.
See, I find that weird that he's gone off the island to manage somewhere. I thought,
Yeah, but he wasn't old enough to retire. That was the thing. Like he was. It's not as if he like.
so why is he quit? Why did he leave? Does he
It's not. I don't want to say he's
fresh challenge?
bored
maybe?
necessarily.
Fresh challenge.
Fresh challenge, definitely.
Yeah.
I know he's got family on the mainland also. Yeah, I think that really was it. Like this has to continue. This has to it's just got to get new, fresh blood about the whole thing. So, but even the people that knew him his entire life, worked with him, and all of this sort of a thing, they're just happy for him. They're
Right.
just happy that he's doing the next thing.
Why not? If it's what he
And
wants. Then
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
yeah. It's not the same thing as this guy retired or he's dying or something like that. This is him just on his way. I saw him. I think I saw him on the island this morning. At
How
some
long has he
point.
been there? Laphroaig, 22 years?
I've
something
no
like that,
idea,
maybe
actually.
20 years? Something.
He was the youngest to take over Laphroaig when he did,
all right. I don't know.
and the longest running manager as well. But yeah, it was time to move on, and yeah, I never, like I said, everybody I think is pretty hopeful
Pleased
that
with, yeah.
Barry McCaffrey
McCaffrey gets it, yeah.
takes it.
I like Barry.
Because yeah, everybody really does. Manzanilla. Do you know what manzanilla means?
Of course.
Manzanilla.
Chamomile.
I don't know what it means.
It means everything. They fucking call everything. They've got donkeys and apples and olives and something else is all manzanilla. Fucking everything means manzanilla in Spanish.
Is that true?
It's the truth.
What about
heard of
vanilla?
Apples, they've got
Manzanilla,
apples.
vanilla.
No.
Very
Caramel.
similar. How come we just go with manzanilla, or sorry, vanilla, and we don't go with manzanilla?
Manzanilla.
That just looked a bit perverted, really.
You didn't like that, getting the tongue action.
You getting me a bit scared now.
Hey, look. I mean, you've been on before, but you still technically count as a guest. I kind of thought you were going to be a replacement coffin. Fuck,
Jesus,
sorry.
I
Matt.
ain't dead yet.
You were half dead last time I saw you. I'm really happy.
I Arse.
I'm 80% happy. No, I'm mostly happy that you're bouncing right back. This is splendid, right?
All right.
But I'd say
That base covered.
you still more or less count as a guest. That's why the forks are there. Is whiskey pairing for.
Christmas
I don't
pudding.
want to do this. Why when I come on to drink whiskey, you trying to get me pudding and donuts?
Put it back in the bag.
Put it back
You
in
don't
the
want
bag.
to try something?
I don't want to try something.
Holy shit, man!
And I've been people have given me enough abuse about the way I treated this last time, and I agree
Gave you
with
abuse.
I agree with them
I did.
entirely.
I wasn't pleased with it. I'd gone to the measure of like sort of, this will be interesting. So yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Emily did.
didn't.
Emily did as well. She was like, Johnny, man, you fuck. You should have played along there.
Yeah.
Emily.
Our
That's
sister.
our sister. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, what about just some salty like shortbread?
No, I didn't come here to eat anything.
Doesn't want it. He's just showing off because he hasn't got orange labels on it. No taste, no smell. I've been eating bloody kebabs with chili sauce, everything. I said to Maria, oh, get something. She's bringing home sour candies and she's bringing home like all the chili flavoured this and the such and
Oh,
such
that was
flavour.
sad for your
Just
birthday.
because
Only
I'm...
thing you can
'cause-
actually taste.
No,
You
but
need to
I
go
can't
get a
taste
pint
it.
or something when
I don't
Colin's
understand,
back in
like-
action.
See, I might get COVID after this. I mean, who the hell
You're
knows?
getting it right now. As well.
I might be getting it.
Yeah, but you're only contagious for 10 days from when you start getting the signs. This has been for
Oh
over-
yeah,
over
because
8
we all know
weeks.
the science behind this, right? We
Yeah.
don't. Okay, chances are
You're getting COVID right now.
I'm getting COVID right now, right? So, I don't have. I'm more curious. Like, I've got tinned cat food that the cats don't like, and I know that that one of the things that happen with COVID is you're going to lose your sense of taste and everything.
Yeah.
Which is like, well,
Why don't I eat the cat food?
I mean, I can't right now because I don't have COVID.
So
But
just keep that tin until
It's
you
just
have.
sitting there.
Then you can live on cat food.
I've got all this food that I can't enjoy because I don't have COVID, and then
Yeah.
this could actually be a cheap week.
Best
you
way
know?
I describe the symptoms of
It's
it
cat food
overall
and
was,
heroin,
so you
basically.
imagine the worst
Yeah.
man flu you've ever had, times that by about 7 or 8. That's how I
Not
would
10.
describe
Don't
it.
go for 10, but 7 or 8.
Yeah,
That's
probably 7 or 8. I've had just literally laid in bed and just shake, not just trembling. You got literally shaking like this, and you just
Yeah.
can't do a damn thing.
Mhm.
Hot and cold sweats. A lot of the symptoms are very much flu symptoms, but
everything
It's
you've been
way
describing.
weird,
That's
but-
why I'm taking the piss out of you a bit, but it is genuinely happy that you're here. I was expecting you to be a huddled mess on the prisoner mattress there, and
Yeah,
you're
well-
actually here on the show to keep things in
well, I
order.
thought I would just sit here chirping every so often, but
There's
I've done
been
my
so
usual
much
thing,
horse
taken
shit.
over probably, have I? But, you know.
I don't get it. Like I understand that food pairings and all that sort of thing. I get it. Things when
Yeah,
you
see,
taste
I-
one thing, and you had it on its own,
It doesn't
and
work
then
for me.
if you were to have a drink of something, and then I get it.
How do I word it?
No, I
If a
don't.
whiskey tastes a certain way for me, by having something to eat, it doesn't. It's never made the whiskey better.
It just doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
What you know what it
Absolutely
is? It's
Yeah.
the same thing as YouTubers that film themselves giving a reaction.
Yeah.
They know what's coming up,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
they're like, "Whoa!"
So it's
and
fake.
they do this over, and I
Yeah,
just
so
I
it's a
don't get
fake
it.
Reaction, but it's
When
like-
I'm drinking whiskey, I drink until I'm like, now I'm hungry.
yeah,
and then
that's
I
it.
eat
And
something.
you eat because you're hungry, not because you're trying to.
Some
some pretentious
I'm not
pairing.
doing that. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
It's like that pairing wheel. I
The
just
thing
don't
is,
get that, I don't.
he's not disclosing this before I come on on this show. Like he is, yeah, I'd like to have you on the attic, and I show up and everything, and he's just like, I've got some donuts for you. I didn't ask for donuts. It's the same thing today. Come on
enjoyed
this
the
show.
donuts,
Just
but
like, would
just
you like
because
some
I enjoyed
shortbread
donuts.
or some, co-op cake? No, I don't. It's not what I came here for.
That's it.
Eventually, I'm gonna get hungry. I know that, and I love that part.
Yeah, and then
But
you'll
I'm
eat.
not-
But
I'm not going to be like, oh, now I'm hungry, so now I'm going to have some Christmas cake and see how that works with the smoky. I don't
that's a
care.
Christmas pudding anyway. It should be hot.
I don't see.
Christmas cake is
Actually,
not
how much
Christmas.
of that in our family?
Huh?
No.
You don't. We always hot. Christmas pudding is always hot. You always had your shilling in it. You have with custard on it or brandy sauce. Or
What's
brandy
with the
butter.
shilling?
I don't know. It's just an old tradition. It's lucky that when you would cut it into slices,
Well, I mean, World War One and
it was
Two
lucky to get the
happened.
shilling. If your slice had the shilling
I don't
in
see
it, it was lucky.
how like what was the lucky part?
Well, there wasn't, but it was just, you know, when you got kids eating it, they were all excited because they might get the 5p. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they just get to keep it.
Yeah. You.
Okay, so
the
it wasn't
shilling,
lucky
your
so much
slice,
as
yeah,
far
but
as
you just cut it slice, and
somebody
if you
gets
got
to
it,
do I like
you get to
that.
keep the shilling, and
That's
you're the lucky
definitely-
one. You know.
I could be a kid in
But
that.
they stopped doing that nowadays. You know why? Because most people heat them up in the microwave. You put a
You
coin
put
in a
a coin
fucking
in
microwave.
there. Which I think is a mistake. I think that's taking away from a very unique Christmas experience.
That's what a lot of people do now. Is they microwave it and then force the 5p in later on, or the shilling goes
Just
in half.
5p.
It's a shilling.
Yeah, you'd have to make it worth their while.
Is it shilling 5 or 10p? I can't remember now. 5, isn't it? Shilling.
What are you gonna do with 5p these days?
One.
It's like 3 more Christmases and I can buy a sweetie, like but one sweetie.
That's it. You go to a pick and mix shop and you just put one sweet in your mouth and you give them the 5p. I'll pay
Can
the
I
rest.
say?
Pay the rest
By
of
the
it.
way, I actually it probably wasn't a profitable.
You miss the sweet shop in
venture.
Bamore, don't you?
I miss it.
Your girls
was
used to love
good.
going in there, didn't they? Didn't you go for a swim or something and then used to come in after a swim every week?
It was fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
liked that. I liked that whole thing because I mean, you know, I obviously went to sweet shops when I was a kid as well, and I do miss that thing. It's just like I'm in this place. All the jars are
That's
just.
it. For any
it's-
viewers that are interested in what we talk about, I used to, well, me and the wife used to work in literally an old-fashioned sweetie shop. So you'd have all the jars with all your different loose sweets, and you would have I don't know how it was measured back when we did it, but it's all done on the scales, and you could just pick and mix whatever you wanted out of whatever jars and stuff.
proper
And
the way it
people used
was.
to love bringing the kids in because it's not something you see very often now. It's like, you know,
Mhm.
Go
the
down
only
there.
downside to that
to those
shop,
chicken-
in my opinion, is kids at lunchtime.
That was the bread and butter, though. That's what was
It
keeping them
was,
alive.
but that shouldn't be.
Why not?
Because these parents were giving their kids £2 to go and have a sandwich or whatever money they
See?
were giving them for lunch.
Heart.
That's eugenics.
Oh.
No, it's because I don't like kids.
Yeah, so fucking. it's your
But like I
problem.
say, they shouldn't be eating that. They should be having meals. Do you know what I mean?
They were.
But they're coming in and spending it all on bloody
space
sticks of rock
sizzlers or
and
whatever you call those.
the flying
Terrible
saucers.
behaviour.
Them flying saucers. I
Terrible
love them.
behaviour for children.
But you know what I mean? We're going to take that money. Sod it. Why not?
Yes.
Why can't
Fuck 'em.
we let them have dental issues? It's not my problem.
Dental
Exactly.
issues.
Yeah.
Then they can get on the whiskey once they're old enough. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's right.
That's it. We
Yeah.
started getting some whiskey flavoured sweets in. The best ones was the iron brew bonbon things. The iron brew.
I like those. I like the beer bottles. You didn't get beer bottles though, did you? You got
No,
the Coca
cola,
Cola,
we had the cola
Cola
bottles.
bottles. I like the beer bottles. I like those.
Is that the truth? Does that exist?
Yeah,
I've never
those,
heard of
those
that.
existed
I don't know
before.
that, but-
Beer bottles. It was like a sweet beer.
Really?
Yeah, we were
Everything
just
comes
talking
in
about
while
your
I'm
whole
off,
thing
doesn't
with whiskey and food and how when you were away they were.
Were you rummaging through? You were.
I was
we
not
don't
rummaging
care
through.
enough.
You were
What? No.
regretting.
We don't
No.
care enough about pairings. Like I say, we drink the
all like
whiskey
it.
and then when we get hungry, we eat. It's
Still
not.
Yeah.
try to show a bit of hospitality. Like try.
I know,
No,
and
we don't
it sounds beautiful, but I mean at the same time,
He's gonna cry.
yeah,
He's got a tear running down his leg.
I've never started drinking whiskey and started thinking, it's like, what would that be like with like white chocolate?
So we're on here like trying something different. Like you know what?
Yeah,
That-
okay,
that-
well,
that
I'm
Christmas
represent
thing-
everybody who doesn't get that.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You're not even in an abstract
I mean,
concept. It's
I
like,
don't
what
get
the
it, I
fuck
don't-
are you
I
pissing
don't
away
get
this
it either.
whiskey?
I get it.
Shove your
I
pairing wheel
get
up your
NASA,
arse.
all right? I get NASA. I'm not a part of that whole thing.
Yeah, but
Very clever people.
non-participation's not the same thing as why not give it a go? Why not give it a
Participation.
go?
It was forced participation, or it's
Yeah.
it's
It's implied that you should do this, but you don't want to.
yeah. It showed up last time. You're like, you want some donuts? I was like, no, I don't.
But I enjoyed that because
And
I
they're
like
like, oh,
donuts.
well,
Not
this
because of the
time-
pairing. It meant nothing eating it
This
with
time-
whiskey.
That's the Billy episode. He sits there going through. Oh, I'll have that. 2 donuts and a whole fucking packet of mints. He's just. Oh, aye, these mints are good. How'd they go with your whiskey? Ah, fuck if I know. Just mint and mints.
Mint
Done with
crumbles,
it.
or mint crumbles, or whatever they
Yeah.
are, crumblies. They're the ones that are like a ball, but they're.
Packet of mint. It was just sugar. Fuck the whiskey. You can't be arsed with any of that.
yeah.
You stayed way too sober for that episode. You
Proven
just-
there's no orange label. Look at it.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all the Christmas we're getting. We're not even going to open it up because it'd be a waste of time with these
Yeah.
cynical pricks.
But it will get donated to charity later.
Oh,
Why?
Because we'll be fucking eating it when we're hammered later tonight.
I'm not having any of that. So I do not have craving for a craving for sweet stuff.
Do you know, I think I must have eaten 30 mince pies since I've been back up there.
Yeah?
I love mince pies.
Yeah.
But
Hate Christmas. Hate
I do,
Christmas,
but
but
it's
you
mince pies
love
anytime you
mince
can
pie.
get the fucking things, isn't it?
Because what it is, right, is there's some sugar in the pastry and there's some sugar in the mincemeat, and then they put sugar over the top of both of them at the end.
But you know
and
what?
Then
I
you get
can't
to
even
shove that
taste
in your
that.
gob.
I
It's
can't
just
taste
sugar.
it. I can't taste it. I can taste sweet and savoury.
Yeah.
But I can't put a flavour to it. Do you know what I mean?
Fat bastard flavour.
So are you losing weight?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what I did initially. Initially, I lost probably about 8 or 10 pounds, maybe. But I
That
put,
Coke and Marmite put on pretty
put
fast
that
again.
one on,
Yeah.
on there pretty rapid, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now, the big decision, because as I said, we got some lovely footage from Lagavulin Bay and from Laphroaig Bay and various other things. But there is a fair bit of your belly in that footage.
Oh, aye.
Big decision is whether that should
be in the episode or not.
so showing you in the flush of life, in the flush of health.
For
you
the
know.
lady viewers.
Which you need to
with
get.
it-
It's quite funny, he's doing this serious panoramic. I lift my shirt up, stick my belly out, and he come. I go. He's
doing He's doing bathing beauty poses at the end
with
of
his
it.
big fat beer gut hanging out.
You know what? You see, this
See, that'd be a good snippets.
This might come across as ignorant. I think there's going to be some female viewers that are actually going to get off on that.
You did say in the last episode there's going to be a lot of wet
They
panties
love
in the room.
honesty. They don't like it when they are lied to, but you're just being very, very
So
honest.
you can't lie because if it's
Oh.
there on film.
That's
Yeah.
some hot honesty right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's honest.
Yeah,
That's all the way out honest.
yeah. I like that. I think that's a ballsy move.
Look at the bulge on that honesty.
Yeah. Not that one. The one just above it.
Oh,
Keeping it under the shade in the summer. You lot are bad.
yeah. There's no tan on that old Johnson right there.
Yeah.
Ow, schlong.
man.
I don't like this at all. You love all this, but it's shite.
Don't be landing on me, but it is good.
Tat. Some tat rodders.
That would be supreme getting Bill Burr up here.
I wouldn't though.
Get who up here?
Just a gentleman. He does another podcast, and it's just it'd be great if he could. He doesn't care about whiskey except just get hammered. And
That wouldn't be good though.
we wouldn't talk about whiskey. Just let him talk.
Yeah, but that would just be his thing.
Yeah, fuck it.
No. You guys, you guys,
I
you
love
guys
him.
have got your. I know, but what would you
That's the
have?
sort of thing you want to go on his show if you want it to be like that. Is that what you saying?
If Oprah
Awesome.
Winfrey showed up, it would just be Oprah Winfrey's
I
show.
don't want Oprah on.
Nobody does.
Well, the millions of legions of desperate fans do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Burr, though, if he was up here, and just getting him hammered and
I'd love to. Look. I would absolutely love
Listen,
to.
we
Just
don't
get,
do that. You do it because you want to sell T-shirts, but I do this because this is fun to hang out.
It's because I
and
want to sell tea. Oh, get me scruffy old ones out from the suitcase.
You've taken divots out of your skull for the sake of a chance of selling some bastard T-shirts
Yeah.
to the world on
Oh,
YouTube.
do you feel like you should be famous?
Do I? God no.
Well, you see, that's the difference, though. Like, if you feel like you should be famous, then. But if you feel like.
My attitude is if something came of it, oh well and good.
Absolutely.
But it's not what we're aiming at.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
This hanging out and getting pissed. So whatever came of it, as I say, Bill Burr, anybody coming up would just be that'd be grand, just hanging out and getting hammered.
It just seems like a weird jump to get to, like, Bill Burr. Like, the best thing about this is you get bums
You get everyday people up here.
to come onto the show.
I wish you had a black tooth right now. I sure do appreciate you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This instead of a soup cushion. Those fucking nuns.
In fact-
nuns are always giving me soup. You give me whiskey.
Yeah,
It's like,
if you did this from the mainland or something, you'd actually have proper homeless people, not just people that dress like that. You know, like ourselves.
hey, wait, no, I've got bright blue.
Yeah.
You're looking more derelict.
That would
than
be
I am.
great. That would be great if you could actually have, you know, like it wouldn't matter if they were alcoholics or not. You know.
We make them one.
No, listen.
that what you're
You
saying?
accept the fact that they're alcoholics, but on this show they're going to get a higher class of booze than
Yes.
they're used to.
Yeah.
They're not on
That'd be a
special
nice
tenants
service.
or any of
Could you
that sort of a
imagine
thing.
that, actually?
Like there you go.
You're-
That's something pure.
Your thing is being an
Class.
alky. You're Glenalky. You're
Glen Alky.
right. You're
We need to
used
get
to
that.
drinking Glenalky, and then you're brought on this show, and it's like, listen, we're not going to try and cure you. It's just today you're getting mashed on some fine
On
shit.
some fine stuff.
Turn the bloody socket off again down there.
I know.
You know,
Have you had Cat on yet?
Will be.
you'll get her up there.
Will be. It's been a while. How long have you been doing this?
He's been fucking dead for 2 months.
Yeah.
But it's a year. October was the year. And then we did the first one in October time.
I thought it was November, but sure.
Might
It's
have
been a
been.
long
Time it
time.
went out is probably
Talking
November.
about a year.
We were on schedule actually until this hit you. You know.
Yeah. God, I don't even think I've seen you professionally since I had my holiday started and when I took that Canadian girl around.
I haven't seen you professionally.
Do you remember the girl who's the Maid of the Malt? Hi Ainsley, in case you're watching.
Well, yeah, I do
Um,
that. So.
Yeah, it's lovely. Took her and
Made of them all.
Maid of the Malt. M-A-I-D.
Yeah,
Maid
yeah,
of the
yeah.
Malt. But she's
Not-
a YouTuber. She lives in Vancouver, Canada, and stuff.
She seems, I met her a wee bit
Yeah,
in the
she's a
shop.
lovely girl,
She seemed
really
nice.
good. But yeah, she's the influencer, they call them. So they're ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
get loads of stuff for nothing.
Yeah.
But she knows somebody from Ardbeg. Is like I don't know, some big wig in Ardbeg, but she knows him from over there. So when we got there, we actually went in and saw the new still house,
Right.
which that no public have been in and seen the new stills and stuff yet. We were allowed to sneak
Oh,
in and have a
okay.
look and stuff, and they did the tasting for us and stuff. It's good.
Right. If I wrote in lower case, that's how I would write, like a child.
You never went to school, no?
I did, but I didn't really do well. This is why I'm.
Johnny, the nuts,
Not like your brother. He could write that about 20 times on that one.
nuts,
Yeah.
the nutshell for Johnny, I love was it's like bright as all hell, but try to study maths, right? So you know, Rashid and whoever Mattel are building a kite, but then they decide to break off from that shite to measure the hypotenuse of the bastard triangle of the kite.
Yeah.
Who they fuck? But he's saying,
Creme brulee.
here's all the story.
What are you getting from that?
Here's all the story to calculate the maths, and then here's a picture in the maths book of an elephant scooping water over its back with its trunk, and Johnny would like as you were like a teenager when you're saying this, saying how the hell am I supposed to pay attention to math? There's an elephant scooping water, like it's right there.
Yeah,
you know.
it's more
How are you
visual,
supposed to pay any attention to this
That's
horse shit?
far more interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love
get
that
that.
sense of suffering. Like I'd like to do well, but there's an elephant, and then
Mhm.
there's this pish. So why
And
would I-
sometimes if you look out the window, a bird just
Yeah.
flies past.
you see
Oh,
that
that's
bird,
me.
man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I'm just.
That was me, big time.
Yeah, I spent my childhood absorbing the world around me.
But you're still
I'm
learning.
like, yeah, but
You're still
you know,
learning, aren't you?
No, but do the maths.
triangles. I don't care.
Triangles ain't done nothing for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's a report of that? This is the Girvans again. They're lovely people, as I
The
said.
society,
The Girvans.
Yeah.
Is that Stuart?
the society cask.
Stuart that came.
Yeah.
That's the point. Someone's got a bottle of wine from him for me.
We'll finish
Who's
in the
got
quarter
that?
cask.
They're
Dave.
very generous. They bring just
Yeah,
lovely
they do
stuff.
every time they come over.
And they just sort of out the back of their car or
Open
in
the
the
boot
shop.
up and that's it. Yeah.
They just like, thank you for what you've been dealing us, and here's some of the lovely stuff
Skeptical
we've got.
though.
So you could tell it was yourself because it's very, very loud as it's hitting the
Charcoal
water.
in that.
That's
That's actually a cask sample.
Oh yeah,
do that, Rollers. You could tell it was yourself because it was very loud as it was hitting the water.
it's come
That's
from a
it,
long
that's
distance.
That's the
Long-
general
long-
sign that your penis isn't very long.
Long way away. That's right. It's landing from a long way away. It's not because you're tall.
Nothing worse than sitting down and the end getting wet, is there?
I wish I'd kept a.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're right.
I don't know if I am, really.
Well, in fact, clearly
hot
you're
now.
fucked. You're on a bit of a countdown here. There's only so much the human body can take.
Yeah. But I think you're doing well with your last remaining minutes.
Sure,
You know.
because they're
Yeah.
captured. You know.
Yes.
And
That's
he- and
right.
he
How
was.
many people don't like this? Doesn't ever get captured as somebody's last minutes.
Because
That's it.
if you even get a little bit hammered, that could push you over the edge.
Mhm.
And this was basically, he was himself to the end. You know, it's how he would have wanted
He
to
was
go
a
out.
dick till the finish.
And he was wearing slippers well. He fucking
Yes,
did.
indeed. Don't
Yeah.
be slippers on. Oh, we got this lovely silver foil sheet up there, keeping
Yeah.
the window from.
Scorsese wood-fired pizzas.
What?
That's the only one I'm caring about getting out there. Scorsese, lovely pizzas. They came over for the face for Bunnahabhain. We couldn't find out their name, and they're the ones who did the
Scorsese's,
pizzas.
is
Scorsese's, Scorsese's, whether they are.
Scorsese.
They did beautiful pizzas for us, and hopefully they come back. And
Where did that come from, though?
that's what I'm trying to illustrate here. Is I was expecting you to be gentler than Colin, so my research into fascinating facts and whatnot was
Well.
pitiful.
To be fair, he fucking shot you down a tree with your food, didn't he?
Yeah, no, you were fierce with
Johnny!
that.
I mean, I
Kindred
made it
spirit.
clear last time. I did.
Yeah, well, I think we
Yeah, I
know
thought
that-
you were just doing that as like as sort of
thought I
as a
wasn't
ploy
into
for
donuts
cameras
and-
or something. No,
The donuts were
get
lovely.
your
though.
horseshit fucking
Six
food
of them.
pairing out of here. I came here for.
I'm still
for-
thinking
for
about it. It was
whiskey.
just like, you know, it was like,
Right in there. I need another pour, I think.
Which one? After the society.
We haven't. No, man, we haven't drunk enough of Laphroaig.
Okay.
But yeah, all love to the Girvan. We've done some shout outs to good people.
Aye.
You got anyone else you want to talk to?
Anyone else? I don't know. I said the Maid and the Malt. Crash test dummies.
The Drammers were lovely people. Yes. So you were on the show a while back, and you
Certainly
very
was.
courteously decided, "Listen, I've had a full lunch. I'm not having any of your prick fucking donuts." But you made a wild claim at the time. You said that you've heard of skillful dwarf archers, right?
Mhm.
But you haven't been. So we tend to do. We tend to talk a load of shite on this show, and then do a Blethers episode where we confirm and deny. And you haven't been out to Finlagan since to sort of back up your wild claim whether this guy even existed.
Look, I'm repeating something I read on a wall
Where?
in an
Toilet.
RSPB.
Oh. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, somebody just sort of.
It was on the
permanent
bathroom.
record.
Well, yeah, it was next to the glory hole. All right.
Glory hole dwarf rumours about
Yes.
some archer from the 19th
Yeah,
century.
glory
Glory
hole
hole was
here.
down here.
Here's a legend about an archer.
Yes, a dwarf glory hole. That's it. That's exactly it.
There you go, right down there.
You know what you're getting into. That's foul, man. I can apply to either.
But it was worth it.
A little
It's
glory
good
hole
one, wasn't
there.
it? I was proud of that.
Yeah.
Probably don't need to be that big either, does it? How big are they? John Thomas.
No reason they can't have big dicks.
No, listen, settle down.
It doesn't have to be a small thing. I think
But that would drag on the
Diminutive
ground.
sort
then,
of
wouldn't
gentleman with the, you know, like a square on elephant trunk through like 1 foot off
Yeah.
the ground in the.
for some reason I feel better thinking to myself that I would prefer that they have a big dick. I feel like a saint
it?
now.
That's falling on you there, Rollers.
Water dripping out your finely crafted seaweed. Don't do more of that. Yeah. Small guys with big dicks. That's got to be.
I
it's gotta
don't
be a
know why,
winning
but I feel
combination.
better. I feel better.
You'd think it'd be in
feel selfless.
proportion, wouldn't you?
No. You like to hope otherwise, in fact.
Why?
Because
The heads
people
are,
who are you know, like bigger, taller, you don't want them to have a big dick too. Bless them if they do. But I mean, like, you've just never had that struggle, have you?
being short.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
No, not
Like a bloody xylophone.
That's got to be the best one yet, isn't it?
This musical, the imagery is perfect. It's good.
Walking along the beach at Bunnahabhain night. Sounds like a fucking xylophone. I don't know where I get this shit from, I really don't.
Actual hope of validating whether you just read this in a bathroom stall or whether it exists and it's the truth.
Last time I read it, well, the only time I ever read it was in the RSPB Grunier.
Go in your bathroom stall.
They
No.
got like a visitor centre.
Like, in the visitor centre.
Little
Yeah,
dwarf
like,
really
glory
to pay a
hole
visit
with
to
the-
the
they
visitor
weren't
centre.
ashamed of this.
RSPB.
Yeah, no, they weren't ashamed of the story whatsoever.
No.
I
need
don't
to
even
go
know
take a
how
visit
it
then, Rodders.
related to birds, to be honest. It seems like a weak thing to do. Is, you know, it's like we know fine well nobody gives a fuck about birds. So we're gonna chuck in
Bloody birds.
some weird history,
Dwarf legends.
Yeah.
Human interest story.
and it seems a bit weird still that they're like, what's the weirdest one?
Imagine somebody was born short.
He was short, but he was like damn good aim.
Use a ladder to sit on a sparrow.
Don't say that shit.
They
to
could have
his
said
face.
they could have had anything.
Yeah, and they chose that.
Yeah.
Those RSPB people, well, they do some good work, but as human
Yeah.
beings, there's some question marks.
For the most part, the birds just are alive
Uh-huh.
and have done for a long time, but they love them.
Love those birds.
They love them. They appreciate them. They know how to leave them alone.
Yeah, from a distance. They leave them alone.
But
from
also, we also know how to hide from them, so they
Yeah.
don't know where they are.
we're
looking
nearby,
at
but
them.
they don't know we're looking at them.
Yeah,
Looking
they
at
don't
them.
know.
No, they don't know.
They don't know. It's what's
It's none of
that?
their business.
Voyeur,
They got their things and we got our things.
voyeurism.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what we do. RSPB.
we watch birds.
Yeah. There
What
they
if
are.
they eat turkey at Christmas? The people that work there. That'd be a bit wrong, wouldn't it?
What,
Not
turkey
really.
place at Christmas?
Huh?
A turkey place at Christmas? Like
No,
a turkey
RSPB
factory?
people.
No,
are
would
bird-
they eat?
they're
Would the
not real birds.
RSPB people eat a turkey at
They don't have the
Christmas?
spirit of the wild in them.
No.
Oh, come on.
That's like farm
But the
salmon.
birds are birds, aren't they? You know what I mean?
No, that's you.
Birds
That's
with a
you
feather
talking.
and all that.
No man, that's you talking.
No.
RSPB people get a different point of view.
Yeah.
These birds have seen the sun, and those ones they're just sort of chemical mimics of a real bird. They don't have spirit in them.
I mean, some.
Have you ever seen Avatar? Have you got any soul at all? Fucking hell.
I've seen Avatar. That's them blue people, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
You
Yeah,
should
it's
watch it. They have sex through their tails. It's sort of.
The one thing you pick out of that movie is that the fact that they have sex in their tails.
There's nothing.
Not the
else
fact
to
the
pick
forests
up
are
on,
being
though.
demolished and the rest of it.
The forest. What their space forest?
Yeah, their space forest is getting demolished by Americans.
Yeah, with their big machines.
Yeah, so American Marines are sent in to demolish the blue people's space forests.
And it's just.
It's a subtle commentary on,
It's just space Pocahontas as well. It's
I'll
just
tell you what, Rodders, you just
Yeah.
said to Johnny he should watch that, but I don't think you're really selling it.
nah.
Really, is
Well,
he?
there's a. If you watch it for spectacle, it's gorgeous. But if you watch it for ideas, then it's going to be lacking somewhat.
It's gonna be lacking.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah, like there's. This guy's got a human heart. Okay.
Well, I don't
Just
know.
like you've got a human brain. Right?
Oh,
Somewhere.
okay, now.
Okay, so you guys, the reason it works for you is you've got a human brain, he's got a human heart.
Oh,
Okay? That's why you make fun of him and he makes fun of you.
hey boy.
He makes fun of you behind your back, by the way.
Hey, John.
Yeah, with my brain I think about things behind his
Yes,
back.
exactly. Exactly.
Well, that's a
No
sweet revenge.
No
right
loyalty there.
there. Behind your back, in my brain, there's no loyalty. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, your brain. His heart.
I thought I was here for the looks, to be honest.
You're not.
That's not the truth.
Don't beat around the bush, John, just be blunt. I thought I was the eye candy. But
No.
Yeah, you're showing off the guns last episode.
Yeah.
Getting right up and
Oh,
close
yeah,
and
I
proper.
Yeah,
was
but
your-
I think
that was your line on it. Oh, there's some wet old
Here's the
panties in
thing,
this
like
room.
this is a guy thing. There's like, right, in order to be attractive, you got to be like showing, oh the fuck. I seriously think you probably got more of a female following by just being honest. Like, hey,
Oi!
this is what I got. They're probably
Big
like,
old gut and a big old
fantasizing,
schlong. What you
smelling
Okay,
got?
it.
ladies,
Yeah,
open wide.
Here's
Yeah.
how I am.
Banana.
I'm an open book.
we're not built the same.
Thank the Lord.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
Just not built the same at all.
some of us are stacked,
Yeah,
some are odders.
some are others.
Thanks for that.
that once you get enough salt
Look at that face on this guy.
absorbed through the cask,
Oh, fuck all that. Oh yeah, tell us the truth. What's going
Tell
on
us
there?
the truth, as opposed to point blank lying,
How much?
blatant.
How much salt's getting absorbed through the cask?
as much as possible.
And once enough has gone, then those bubbles.
You know, sorry, as much as is needed.
True.
That's
But
different.
you gave me some 33-year-old subsequently later, and it was really, really fucking nice.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going at it of like I'm needing the Laphroaig punch. I was just going at it from I'll take it on its own merits. And it was just really, really gorgeous. What was that 33?
That was Ian Hunter.
It's the Ian Hunter. You
It's
mentioned
Ian
it.
Hunter. Which would have been.
What's that, an independent bottler?
It's no, there was a manager. They're basically doing a thing. Laphroaig at the moment is trying to capture prestige.
Oh.
Because they have done a great job thus far, I think, of being kind of the working man's crown. Like it's just basically there you go. That's like from you don't have to pay an extortionate amount to have exquisite stuff.
Exquisite.
And they have always been beautiful at that. But there is a different market for exquisite prestige, just basically raising the prices of things.
Trying to be a bit more, but more, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
They've learned some lessons from their system.
Look, there's money to be made. I get it.
Absolutely.
Totally get it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really totally get it. So that's the direction I think it's headed.
But then, and then I like how that was introduced because it's exactly, never mind as a ploy, playing with numbers, that stuff was genuinely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's gorgeous. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Is that
Laphroaig,
available?
Laphroaig, once it gets to a certain age, is unbelievably easy to drink.
Mm.
I really do find that it is very, very
So
easy.
that
to
33
drink.
roll, is that available still? Is it somebody selling, or is that
No,
long gone?
well, we treat cutting down a tree like an organic process. It technically got in the way, and we don't want to just drink something from the still. We want to, we deserve it. It's weird.
You don't have to humanize non-humans. We're the human. The other things are not.
Yeah.
You don't have to we're gonna soak this in your
Yeah,
guts.
but you
'cause
don't
we
like
mildly
you don't
prefer-
like when fish get caught because they can't scream and have eyebrows.
Yeah, but that's just me. Don't
They
listen.
got they
Is
don't
that a
know
true
how
thing,
to
Robbie?
express
Yeah.
themselves.
You're such a loser.
Shut up, man. I feel sorry for fish because they can't feel sorry for
They
themselves.
can't. I mean, I've pulled them up myself and hook like through the eye, and they're just like,
That look of shock. Like, you
Yeah.
bastard.
yeah, that's it. That's all they get to do.
And they were so happy.
How'd you know
They
that was
weren't.
happiness.
They weren't. They were greedy cunts.
No,
That's the reason they were on the hook in the first place. Is they were
a
greedy
rabbit
cunts.
can scream and can entice your pity, but a fish can't. It just is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but you just know it's hurting. That's all you need to know.
It can't even
don't need it to tell
open
you.
its eyes even wider because they're
They're
as
all the way
wide as
open.
they are.
Yeah.
There's yeah.
It was
you
all
don't get to
silver
do
and
that.
shimmering 10
There's
seconds ago, and now you've put a hook.
No difference between a fish in
Thriving
the
fish.
wild just being happy and a fish being, caught.
through it.
Yeah, no difference in the
Do you
expression.
ever sometimes
of the
wonder
fish.
when we do this show how the conversations lead down the road that they end up being in?
Yeah. No.
No, you can't.
Because this was all about casks for a couple of minutes about.
Cars.
That's what you think, but you've got COVID, so you don't
Oh,
put
you
judgment
do,
on
You're the wild card here.
I haven't got COVID.
the left turns and the right turns. You got long COVID.
What's
You
long
do have COVID.
What's long COVID?
You're long COVID.
You're long COVID, man.
Can't argue with that.
Gradually all bundled up, fucking in your cap and your hoodie. And you're like,
COVID-19 is a measurement.
Yeah, exactly. 19.
You don't understand, I'll tell you.
I know it's special people's problems. We're talking about dwarf glory holes, and we've got long fellas.
You've got
fucking
some editing to do here,
thigh
my friend.
straps. Different people have got different problems. That's all that's going on. The fish can't scream properly, is what you're
No,
talking about.
Scream properly as opposed to...
Rabbits.
They can't express themselves.
No, okay.
No.
This should be alright.
Did they tell you about the plug?
Who?
They tell you about the plug? Down there?
No.
The plug that comes to the extension lead is apparently a bit hot and smoking. It smelled like smoke. So we'll probably wrap this up fairly quick, I'd have thought.
Jesus,
and,
okay.
I need to have a look at it. And you just get
Which
free
is what
whiskey,
we're
eh?
wanting. We're wanting some free samples,
Yeah.
which we haven't been getting.
No.
Well,
So
we have
not
guests
as-
to bring in nice samples, but
Yeah. But I mean, you've had me on before.
Yeah,
I've still got a Billy's
you were all,
sensory box here.
you were all
tasting
timid. You were all
companion.
timid the first time. You weren't wanting to talk Laphroaig. You were just wanting to talk Johnny.
I didn't want to do that this time either.
Ah, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. But I didn't want to have donuts. Or Christmas cake or shortbread.
Would you like some
Surprise,
Sure.
Do
motherfucker!
you want some would you like some shortbread?
No, I wouldn't.
I bet you'd like some.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, I see in your eyes, it's the truth.
Yeah. There's just nothing in me. It's like a little bit of that. I'm not there.
I would rather have the shortbread and that than the whiskey, to be
Fucking
honest.
spidery fidgets.
See, that's the thing.
Oh,
Like,
it's this.
you would want somebody who enjoys donuts
No, you wouldn't.
to be. Yes, you would.
Because then it's about the donuts, and who doesn't like donuts? Some fucking everyone likes donuts.
People who like donuts wouldn't fit up the hatch.
We've
getting
had that
grappling.
question answered and questioned over and over again. And
Yes.
everyone fits up the hatch. Surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at who fits up that hatch.
You just have to be able to scramble a little. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
really
you
need
bring-
to start wrapping this up because I'm worrying about that bloody plug socket downstairs now.
Oh, the smoky fucking
Yeah.
melting plastic
Yeah, the
hatch.
one that smells like it's on fire. It's not yet, apparently. But... Okay, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Rodders is going to get some editing done and we'll get this episode out to you. Johnny, thanks for coming up again, mate. Thanks for stepping in and
But
taking over my
as
role for me.
Laphroaig this time, and not
Yeah.
just as Johnny.
That's it, yeah. Bit of both. Still got a bit of Johnny in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's nice you can talk
I-
about
I-
John
I think
Tam
there's-
moving on, and it's
Yeah.
more relevant this
Yeah,
time.
that's it. So it's good to have him up. We'll get you up again, no doubt. But yeah, so
Desperate.
thanks very much, guys. Thanks for that. Is that Johnny? So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Stay tuned. We'll get some more episodes out. We'll get some blethers and stuff out. And until next time, thanks very much.
It's good to see you're still alive. That's good.
It is good to see.
You notice one nationality have got their flags in here.
Ooh, who's this?
The Poles.
Oh, bloody hell.
Come on.
There's a France right over there. Just to uselessly ruin your joke. Oh, that was a good joke.